responses of how to get profile views, because then I'm going to give you 2 secrets that don't usually get talked about. So that's the point of today. So why does it matter? We just talked about that. We heard some answers. So it really makes, many of the people that I'm coaching, the companies that hire me, they want to have their executives and their sales teams looking great, reaching out to the community, reaching out to prospects and customers, and having a great profile. They want it to be viewed because it's really warming up your prospect. When they're going to meet with someone, you're going to warm them up by them seeing what's on your profile. That's that. So what's interesting, I started on LinkedIn in 2005, and now it's 10 years later, and I want you to see the difference of the number of people. So you can see this is 2005, and I remember thinking, how can I get more people to join LinkedIn? And now look what's happened. So if you are seeing invitations and you are seeing messages, right? How many of you are seeing more invitations, more messages? Are people, all right, that's why. Everyone is joining. All right, that's fine, thank you. So that's why you're seeing so much more activity. Everyone, it's really becoming a very popular platform. And for business, it is the platform. It is the professional way to be social networking. If you look at the people that are on there, it's more highly educated, higher income, all over the world. It's in 23 languages. So that's what's happening. So here's someone actually who's kind of making a joke about it, and he's saying, I'm a little unsettled by this, right? I'm a little nervous. And I get this. I get people calling me saying, oh, I'm very embarrassed. I don't have time, or I don't understand how to do it. So that was, and I'll actually show you one of my clients who actually, this was a shock to me. I had never seen this, and I spend all day long looking at profiles. She actually had on here, LinkedIn site under construction, because she knew people were looking at her, and she didn't want to just leave up what she didn't have time to do, right? So that was kind of a funny situation. So this is the standard thing that this is like the baseline that everyone needs to know, and LinkedIn will actually tell you this. In order to get views, you want to have 100% complete profile. And not everybody knows what that means. So if anybody, I have a handout, if anybody's interested in getting the actual definition, I will be happy to give you the definition of that. So it has to do, with having your experience in there, your education, photo, all of the skills, all those things. You want to make sure you check that box off, that you have all of those items complete. And the headshot is very important, as well as keywords. So you can be found by your name, and you can discovered by your name, and you can also be discovered by a keyword. So if you're an attorney, or if you're a consultant, whatever your specialty is, you can be found that way if your profile is optimized. So this is what LinkedIn says. They say, you're going to increase your profile views 12 times by adding your 2 most recent work positions, 13 times by listing your skills, and look at this, 14 times by including a photo. So many people, if they're on the site, if you don't have a photo, you're missing opportunities. Some people will not connect with you. Some people won't let you join a group because they'll be a little suspicious. Maybe they don't remember you, right? So they want to see that you're a serious networker and that you've got your photo on the site. It's really important. All right, so those are the things that every LinkedIn expert will talk about, this, the 100% complete. Now I'm going to share with you my 2 secrets, and they're really kind of common sense, but I think you'll see where I'm going. So the first one is your personal activity. Your personal activity. So this is funny, right? Your personal activity. So if you're out there interviewing, coming to Rotary, going to meetings, having sales calls, making presentations, mentoring people, whatever you're doing, it's going to cause people to look at your profile, right? It's just, that's what happens. So here's an example on interviews. I'm not going to go through all of them, but on interviewing. So 96% of recruiters are searching for their candidates on LinkedIn. The recruiting function has completely changed over the last several years. So recruiters are going to LinkedIn and they're looking for candidates. But here's what's really interesting, is the second statistic. 92% of recruiters vet candidates on LinkedIn during the pre-interview stage. What that means is if you're getting referred to a position. You're not being found, right? You're being referred by a friend. They're still going and looking at your profile. Wow, right? So no matter what, that's important. And I had one of my folks that I worked with moved out to Denver, and had a really great profile. And as she was going out working, trying to get interviews, found that they were all telling her that they had been kind of warmed up to her by her profile. So she was able to get those interviews, and they were commenting to her about her profile. So now, recruiting game has changed. The sales game has changed too. That's my background. I've done B2B sales since really a long time ago, 1979. And we used to cold call, walk in, and be able to get a meeting, have a sales conversation by walking in or by calling. And that's changed. Part of it's from 9/11, the security. Part of it is because buyers have changed. They don't want to just accept a phone call or have somebody come into their office, right? And they want to do their own research. Buyers are in charge. So they're going to do their own research before they talk to a consultant, before they hire someone, before they get an attorney, whatever. They're checking them out online. So the statistics say 57% of buying decisions are completed before talking to a sales rep.
Wow.
And actually, when I show this statistic, most of the companies that I talk to say that's too low. They say that's the number I have. But most people, when you think about what you do and the decisions you make, who you hire, who you do business with, are you checking online before you have that sales conversation, right? And if you are, that's what everyone else is doing too. So it's pre-sales research. If you're a speaker, like I'm a speaker, many times I get asked to speak because of what I'm doing on LinkedIn. It's the same thing if you're an attorney, a consultant.